Okay. Hey guys, it's Aiyana, and where have I been? So, as some of you know, my birthday is at the beginning of October, and I turned 17, and what I wanted was to get 3 cartilage piercings on my right ear. And I went into it thinking that it was really pretty and I really wanted it. But then things started to go south after I got that done. Everything was sterilized, all the jewelry was clean. It was a safe studio that I got my ear pierced at. I've had my lobe piercings and my nose done at the same place. I've never had any issues there. The lady was fantastic. Everything was good. I think I had it pierced for 4 or 5 days. Lower one stud that was kind of like a second piercing felt fine. Up 2 were not, they weren't feeling too great. It's a fresh piercing, but after at least a few days it shouldn't like hurt so bad that you want to cry and potentially barf. So we thought that the piercings were too tight, so I went back and I got the hoop changed out for a longer posted stud. The piercer said that'll do, it'll be fine, it'll give more room for it to heal, blah blah blah. Got my ear pierced on a Tuesday, and that was on Saturday that I got that done. The following Wednesday, which was Remembrance Day, I was in so much pain that I went and I got the other stud switched out for a longer stud. And the piercer was like, it's just that there's not enough room for it to breathe, blah blah blah. So I'd had it pierced for 8 days, and my ear, it was this ear, but I'll show you with this one, was really swollen and pushed forward like so. So as you can see, that's kind of a big difference. Normal monkey ear. Yeah. The piercer said doesn't smell infected, doesn't look infected, shouldn't be infected. So I just thought it's not infected, right? Wrong. The next day was a Thursday, and I went to the ER because I was in so much pain that I could not sleep, I could not eat, I could not do anything. My ear, there was just a constant throbbing, and it had been constantly throbbing for 8 days straight. When you go to the doctor or you go to the hospital, like emergency like I did, they ask you pain scale, what is it? Been in painful situations, but this was painful, and I was like, this is a 10, doctor. This is a 10. So I went to the ER and I sat there for 3 hours because it was very busy Thursday morning for whatever weird reason. Doctor ushered me in, he's like, your ear's super infected. I'll insert a picture here. It's kind of disgusting, but I think this is important for people to know for their own safety. So this is what my ear looked like before I got the earrings taken out. I cried for 5 hours that day. He pulls out all of my jewelry and he puts me on 2 different types of antibiotics. So 2 pills 3 times a day. It was either 5 or 7 days, I don't remember. Just say on Sunday they also gave me an IV, which I was in so much shock and pain that they couldn't get the IV in my arms or my hands. So they tried this hand, couldn't get it. They tried this hand, couldn't get it, and they finally shoved it in my arm right there. So that was great. I had an IV, went home with 2 prescriptions for antibiotics, and I was very high on pain meds. So yes, by Sunday there wasn't a huge improvement in my ear, so I went back to the ER. I went in, I think it was the evening. I was still in quite a lot of pain. And I had this really nice new doctor, and he said, we have to drain your ear because it was so swollen in the back with infection. It was out like this, and it was huge and puffy, and it just didn't look great. He gave me 4 needles. Let's see. He gave me 4 needles here, behind, above, and in my cheek. So all surrounding areas of my ear were frozen. And then he made 2 small incisions in the back of my ear in hopes that it would drain. Then they gave me another IV of more antibiotics. And on Wednesday morning at 1 a.m. I was in so much pain that I couldn't sleep. I tossed and turned. My dad was out of town, and it was just my mom, my brother, and I home, so we all trekked back down to the ER. And I saw this really great doctor who was like, you need to see a specialist and you need to see him tomorrow morning. And I was like, okay, I'm getting some help here. Specialists are good, that's a good sign. So Wednesday morning at 1 a.m. they switched my meds to an insane antibiotic that is like a last resort kind of antibiotic. Here's what we need to do. I'm going to set you up an appointment with a specialist. I'm going to give you an IV that you need to take for 4 days, meaning I'll insert a picture here pretty much, but I had an IV in my arm, like right here, that I had to wear home, not with the bag attached and anything, just the tube in my arm, blah blah blah, which was a pain in the ass, but I had to do that. And then I had to go down to a health clinic to sit for an hour while I actually had the IV going through me, blah blah blah. Thursday morning, I went in for day surgery with the specialist. He gave me crazy freezing adrenaline in it, which I've had a reaction at the dentist to adrenaline before where I have like a fainting spell pretty much. I haven't fainted yet, hasn't happened, but it's scary and I lose control of my whole body and I'm just sitting there like shaking, just like uncontrollably, and it's crazy. But anyway, that was happening. He made an incision like from here to here in my ear, was pretty big, in the front, and put stitches in my ear and kind of gauze stitches deal, all from a silly cartilage piercing, which is insane. Apparently, according to the internet, 30% of the world's population, even if you do everything right aftercare wise and the jewelry is sterilized and everything, their bodies will reject cartilage piercings. And I didn't know that. My piercer never told me that. The doctors are like, this is not a common thing. Yet 30% is a really high number, so that's kind of scary. I've heard of other people having infections from cartilage piercings, and I've read some horrible things on the internet. In some cases, after making the incision in your ear, you can get what's called a cauliflower ear, where the top of your cartilage folds over permanently and you have to have plastic surgery to fix it. My ear looks good right now. I went to see the doctor for a checkup this morning and he said all's good. But yeah, that's my ear piercing, cartilage piercing horror story. It took up nearly 4 weeks of doing nothing but laying in bed or having some sort of doctor check out my ear. I wanted to share this story for the most part just to tell people that that is a risk of getting a cartilage piercing. It is a serious thing and it does happen to people, so just think before you do that. And it doesn't happen to everybody. I know so many people who have crazy awesome piercing. But yeah, just do some research and seriously consider it, because it's scary and sometimes infection can spread and you could be in the ICU. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, comment down below what you want to see next. I'd love to do some kind of Christmassy videos. Also comment any song requests that you have or questions, because I'm going to be filming a Q&A very soon. So yes, thank you always for watching. I love you guys. You're the best.
The streets are filled with Christmas cheer.